The new year starts with you, not the calendar. Let me explain. So, this is a concept that I've been chewing on the past month, and this is mainly because it has been January, and for like every other new year, you're very optimistic, you try to set new goals, and since that this year is 2025, I was really looking forward to it. I was very ambitious with my goals, but the reality is the past month has not gone according to plan. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that feels this way. So if you can relate to this, then this video is exactly for you. Today, I'll be discussing why the new year starts with you and not the calendar. What's up, guys? If you're new here, my name is Roque. I'm a fifth-year veterinary student studying here in the beautiful University of the Philippines, Los Baños, and I'm also a part-time content creator where I mainly share facts about animals, some adventures with wildlife, and other vet med tips. So honestly, this video is pretty much the furthest thing from what I'm normally used to, but this is such an interesting and profound topic that I felt like I needed to share it with you guys. So, it is a brand new year, 2025. Man, a quarter of a century of the 21st century is actually freaking nuts. Yeah, this is the time of year where everyone is ambitious and optimistic for the new year ahead, and I totally get why. You kind of get to start fresh, set some new resolutions for yourself, just try to make yourself better than you were last year. And the sad reality about it, though, is that it's only this time of the year when people actively try to work on themselves. And while I understand why, mainly because on December, it's like the holiday season, you just want to enjoy. You couldn't give a rat's ass about, trying to improve yourself because January is right around the corner. So yeah, this is when people have the most belief in themselves. It's when they strive for their biggest goals, but the sad reality about it also is that after a month, most people honestly forget about their resolutions. They don't anticipate the work that actually goes in to achieving these goals. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys can relate as well, whether you're on a morning walk like me or you're going to the gym. You notice that by the time February and March comes up around, the number of people just get cut in half. And this is completely normal because not everybody is knowledgeable about what it actually takes to set and achieve goals. And I was like this for the longest time as well. I remember growing up, I would always be like, oh, this is the year that I'm gonna get abs. And after one big McDonald's meal, it was like, forget about it. It's not gonna be this year. If I even remember, right? Sometimes if you don't even write it down, you just tell yourself or worse, others that you're gonna achieve this and that. And you tend to forget it because you don't often look at it. And yes, I was definitely in this situation for as long as I could remember. That was until I kind of discovered self-help. And after I discovered this, I started to learn about, systems for achieving your goals, different methods of tracking, compartmentalizing them into sub-goals and mini achievements. And at this point, I felt like I was on top of the world because that one year that I actually got ads for like a hot minute, or that one year where I said that I was gonna start this YouTube channel, which you're probably watching right now, I actually pulled through with it. And at this point, I felt like I was on top of the world, that I could achieve anything because it felt like I cracked this secret code, a secret code to achieve all of your dreams, to live a sustainable and happy work-life balance. Guys, surprise, surprise, if you're not already aware, it does not work like that. As of late, I have not been as successful in hitting my personal goals. And this could honestly be for a multitude of reasons. It could be I've just been so busy in vet med. Number two, it could also be that I'm getting older, I'm having more responsibilities other than just myself at this point. But I think it actually all boils down to the fact that I was so focused on perfectionism, on starting my year with a bang, tracking every single habit and mini goal that I set out for myself, that the moment that I missed one session, the moment that I missed 2 days in a row, I would like just completely let it go, because what was the point, right? What was the point of starting in the new year and not pulling through because I already missed like 2 days in a row, 3 days in a row? With that logic of, oh, maybe I'll get it next month, or maybe I'll get it next year. And then it kind of just like snowballs effects into you never actually doing any of the work that you said that you were going to do. Like, for instance, last year I said that I was going to be posting every single week on this channel. And like most things in life, there are different things in life that get in the way. Whether it was exam season, whether it was family emergencies that I needed to attend to, and other miscellaneous things that you don't really anticipate. And once I got derailed, it just kind of made me stop doing it as a whole, because it made me think, what the hell was the point? And this year, I was actually very close into falling into that same routine. And this is because I'll just share a little bit about how my year actually started. So when I started my year, I immediately went to Palawan with my family. It was a fantastic time, but obviously not the most productive. And I didn't want it to be the most productive either. My brother lives in Spain, so we don't really get to spend a lot of time with him. And since he was back for the holidays and with us in Palawan, of course I wanted to make sure that, I got to enjoy with my fam, we got to bond, we got to go on adventures and rest at the same time. So obviously the New Year's goals had to be pushed back. But after that trip, not even like 10 days later, I had to go back to Palawan. And this was to do a veterinary mission with my fraternity, the VKV fraternity. And here we were going to vaccinate dogs, deworm cattle, and it was a work trip actually. So of course there was some leisure, and I actually did vlog it for you guys, so I'm really excited to show you guys how that went. But that was for another 6 days. So for pretty much more than half of the month, I was out of town, and in all honesty, I couldn't live up to the promises that I made for myself of working out every single day, because I was exhausted from whether it was doing actual work, vaccinating and supplementing cattle, or even just tired from the activities that we would do, whether it was island hopping or going to a waterfall. So I wasn't able to pull through on the things that I promised for myself. And just last week, I was thinking about it. I was like, man, what is this setting up for myself for the rest of the year if I can't even start off strong? It's all right to miss a couple of days, but my mindset with all of this self-help BS was, you need to track everything. And I didn't even do the bare minimum of just tracking it. So last week, I was feeling really down in the dumps, to be completely honest. I was disappointed in myself. I was feeling very pessimistic for the year ahead. And overall, I just felt like this year was going to be a failure, because at this point, it's about to be February and it's too late to build momentum, to keep the ball rolling and to keep working towards my goal for the year. But then with all this reflecting and this mucking around, it had me questioning, what is it about the new year that got people excited to start new goals? Was it the feeling of starting fresh with a new calendar year? Was it the fact that you could leave your past self behind and kind of reinvent yourself? Sure, possibly. But what I really think it is, and what I've learned from my years of just, trying and failing and feeling motivated and then getting disheartened and then getting motivated again, is that above everything, it's the feeling of novelty. But with that knowledge of why people are motivated on New Year's, it also got me thinking, wait, the new year is arbitrary. Honestly speaking, years, months, days, heck, even time is man-made. It doesn't say in the sky that, oh, today is January, oh, today is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. These were made to make life easier for men, but they were also made by man. And it made me realize that the only thing that is actually true about our years, about our days, is the actual time when the sun goes up and the sun goes down. The only thing true is when the sun rises and falls. And I like to think of life this way. And I think it's mainly because it kind of gives me comfort knowing that we have 365 days to start new, 365 days to start fresh, 365 days of novelty. So this means that you don't have to wait for a new year to attain that feeling of starting fresh. It could be in a multitude of different ways. Like, for instance, you could be starting a new semester or a new job. You could be starting a new routine, like what I'm doing for myself, trying to go through these morning walks. Heck, it could be even as small as getting a fresh haircut or getting your nails done. Something new to look forward to. And this is something that we can find every single day for 365 days. So with this newfound realization, I am kind of taking my approach for the year in a different way, because today is actually January 31st, a full month late to officially starting my year, but I'm gonna use it as an opportunity to start fresh. So just sharing a little bit of what I got set out for the year. I hope to post, not hope, I will post one video a week on this channel. I also have a thesis coming up this year. Technically, I can accomplish it by next semester, but I don't want to think about that. I want to finish my thesis this year, this 2025. I also need to get in much better shape. Oh my God, the holiday seasons were brutal for my body, and the past months leading up to the holiday season, I was already not in the best health, physical health, I would say. So I hope to address that a lot more, especially coming from a sports science background. If you didn't know, that was my initial degree before entering vet med. Um, it just feels terrible. I know it's bad, but I wasn't doing it mainly because of the whole thing that I started this video on. I felt like I was too late. Oh, it was almost Christmas season, so I was gonna lose all of the progress anyway. Nah, this year I'm trying to be a little bit more diligent, a little bit more consistent and disciplined in hitting my fitness goals. So if you guys want to see that as well, follow me on this journey because I'll be documenting it too. So after all that yapping, the point of this is that you could always find novelty in your life. You can always find opportunities to start fresh, to create that new beginning for yourself. Because like I said, we have 365 days of the sun going up and the sun going down. So there's never an excuse to run out of opportunities. It's never too late to start again. And also realize that there are gonna be days. And also realize that there are gonna be days where you fail. There are gonna be days where you can't be as consistent or you don't perform as well as you expected or set yourself out to be. And that's okay. What actually matters is that the next day you pick yourself back up and start anew. Because the new year doesn't start with a calendar, it starts with you. So I hope you found this video helpful in any possible way. It's my first time doing this type of long form talking content, and I really found this reflection impactful. So hopefully it was as impactful for you as well. So if you like this type of content, I'm probably not going to be doing much of this. This is a little bit more self-help vloggy, but if you found it useful, make sure to comment down below. Consider subscribing and hitting that like so you can follow me throughout this journey. And as always, I'll see y'all in the next one. Deuces.